Baby, congrats to Don Stately. He's a basketball coach, 22.4 million, and then R. Kelly.
With
Okay.
his stinking self.
Why you gotta be stinking?
Because he looked like he stank.
Yeah.
You on air now, so the world know how you feel about R. Kelly right about now.
Well, that's life.
I bet everybody be running for him to produce their tracks. I tell you that.
Baby,
I'm
go ahead
sure.
and let that money get on back in his pocket.
I mean, because business is
It's
very
business.
separate from
Yeah.
the personal.
And he's gonna come out with a nice album too, cause he got a lot to talk
To
about.
talk about
Look, because R. Kelly didn't go to jail. Robert did.
facts.
Because you know all the women, they call him Robert.
Robert.
They didn't call him R. Kelly.
Aura.
Those were two different people.
Aura.
And so, you know, boom. That.
So is he actually out of jail? Like if
I
all the
mean-
stuff dropped or what?
I don't know about all of that. Well, I just saw him.
Okay, we'll pick that up because we get ready.
I'm
get ready to
down.
go on in.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let me get my cough out.
You're gonna have to cough again too.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's going down right here today. The best in everything. We just gonna take the stance as we the best in everything.
The
Tune
best
in.
everything.
Oh, we got my girl, Fitness by Nori, Miss Butterfly Beast, and she brought her
Already.
sister
Hey,
in with her
Miss Ma'am.
today.
Yes.
This is special. Her sister is in. You know, you already heard how she feel about R. Kelly on the down low.
Oh my God.
She did it on the down low.
And we
Just
we
Yeah.
gonna give some extra details into why I feel that way.
Already. So what's up, guys? I'm your girl, Miss Butterfly Beast. Welcome to Fitness by Nori. And as G said, I brought my sister in here with me today. Hey, Bree, what's up with you?
Hello, and
Please do not start talking like that.
Okay, so hey y'all, I'm Bree, as she said. Nothing's up with me. Having a good day. Kids at school, off from work.
So is that how I got the opportunity to get you in the house?
that was
today?
the only way you was gonna get the opportunity, baby, because you know I be at work all day.
Y'all, let me
every
tell
day.
y'all something. This girl said, I don't have no plans today. And this what she said yesterday. I don't have no plans or whatever for tomorrow. I'm dropping baby off at school. I was like, well, let's get breakfast. Let's go and do something. She was like, I had no thoughts of doing nothing but laying on the couch because I rarely get a break. Well, after coffee today, I was like, no, we're going to the studio. I want you to come with me because we had great conversations. So
And the crazy part is, I told her, I said I hadn't planned anything because I didn't know I was gonna be off today.
right.
And so she was like, well, what are you gonna do? I said, I have plans to just lay on the couch and watch TV since I don't get a chance to do that. And so she was like, well, let's go get breakfast. And I told her, when we go to breakfast, I don't want to be there until it's time to go pick my kid back up because that's wasting of an off day. Okay?
We get to talk and we just get into things and we just kind of lose time.
She be losing time. I be looking at the clock the whole time.
I just don't understand how this is becoming my fault.
It is.
Anyway, G, how are you doing today?
Yeah, how you
Oh,
doing?
I can't complain. You know, every time I get to see you is a special time, and you got some real good news that you
Yeah,
would
we-
like to
I know
share
that's
with the
right.
people. You know, I mean, the
Yeah.
God's blessings. You know that it's been due to you for a long time because you have stayed loyal. You know, to God on what you did, even when you were doing your workouts, you always put God first into that. You
Absolutely.
you have combined that. You know, your care of people that's going through mental, depressions and all that, you stepped to the forefront and you made a lot of them feel better, so that's a blessing that God has given you and you given to others. So
Yes.
tell the
Thank
people
you,
about
G.
your news.
Thank you, G. So,
Thank you for that.
did you I'm glad you didn't hit my reset button, but so last night I told my class, and I didn't want to say anything until everything was solidified and everything. So it was solidified on Wednesday evening that I have a contract over with the DeSoto Recreation Center. So this is my last month at TBF Studio, which is an amazing group of people that's still my brother, you know what I'm saying? But it gives me the opportunity to have more classes and to offer my services in a greater way. This is not just work for me, even though it's my passion and I love it dearly. It is still a ministry for me. And so just to be able to touch a number of more people, I've been offered that opportunity at the DeSoto Recreation Center. And I will be there 5 days a week, 3 times a day this month, and next month it'll be 4 times a day. 5 days a week, 4 times a day. So people were asking about early morning classes. And so I have the ability to do that from 5 to 6 a.m. and from 6 to 7 a.m. Also, midday is from 10 to 11 a.m. for those that, just kind of like to sleep in late or whatever. And then in the new year, my classes will no longer be at 8 o'clock. They will be at 7 p.m. because people were asking, could you move it up a little bit? It's kind of late. So just listening to the demands and the things that the client or the customer desires, and just trying to meet those demands for them. So God has really blessed me in that way. DeSoto Recreation Center, it's off of Pleasant Run Road. I believe it's 211 Pleasant Run Road right there in DeSoto at the Recreation Center. So I will have a flyer and everything because it's a lot more days and a lot more times. And I don't want you guys to get confused or whatever. So right now, this month, I'm still teaching my classes at 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I start on Monday, this coming Monday, December 5th, doing morning classes at the DeSoto Rec. So.
And let me say one thing to a lot of people out there that don't be afraid to reap the blessings, to go to another level. See, a lot of times, we want to get in a comfort zone and don't even understand when God is trying to move us up to something even higher and better to serve more people.
Absolutely.
You may be doing something, but you have limitations to what you're doing because it really doesn't be able to help what people need. Like people wanted you to be able to be earlier on certain days. You couldn't do that because you still was up under someone else's.
Right. I didn't have that time slot.
Right. You know what I mean? So when God is trying to uplift you, he'll give you things, but you have to let go because maybe there's someone else that's going to come in and slide in that slot that you had left.
Absolutely.
To continue doing things, so we want to be able to try to figure out how we can do something new and still do something old when the old has been lifted from you and you move on. So yeah, I'm so proud of you, Nori. Like I tell you, when I say, my favorite girl, it's so much, it's like you a female version of me.
Just a go-getter.
A go-getter, tireless worker, don't let your disappointment get in front of your accomplishments. And that's the main thing. We are going to go through disappointments in life. That's just part of life.
Right.
If there was no disappointments, there wouldn't be death. You know what I mean? So that's part of the life. But the main thing is you never let nothing dull your light when it's shining for you. And God's been shining on. I told you this a long time ago, Nori, when you first came to me, that you was bigger than just a fitness person.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, gee, I keep looking at my sister because you're going to try to make me cry. So go ahead. What would you give me to say?
I mean, I was just gonna, bounce off of what you was saying. I'm like, Lord. A lot of times we end up stifling ourselves and blocking our own blessings with God because we're thinking that, we're gonna lose friends, we're gonna lose family when we do stuff. And you might, but at the end of the day, God is trying to take you somewhere and you have to listen. Right. You have to follow what he's saying. He's gonna make you go there anyway.
Which is why the title of the show is called Let Go
and Let God.
And Let God.
Period.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, look, y'all know I am Miss Butterfly, so that part of me will cry, but I'm a beast.
Don't you cry.
You know, I'm a beast. I'm not fit here and cry on this show. All right. So, guys, listen, I thank you guys so much. I thank you for all the compliments and the, you know, the encouragement and the inspiration and everything. And that is what I'm here to do, is just try to inspire and help others. And I just thank God for giving me that opportunity and giving me a better way. I remember like crying and whining and saying, where is my people? Like, I don't have nobody to help me, and I don't have, and doing everything myself. But I think what that did is it taught me the ways of business, so when other people are doing them, I can at least know what to look for, you know, and stuff like that. And so now I have a whole marketing department with a budget. Thank God.
And you can stop yelling at God for not sending you your people, because he sent them.
I have a front desk that takes in the payments and everything, and I don't even have to worry about that. I just have to worry about the creative side and being creative and stuff like that, and making sure that when they come to the classes and stuff that they have an amazing time, because that's what I like to do. Make sure you feel good. So I'm excited about that. All right. So in the news today,
I don't know.
Big Sean had his first baby, him and Janae Aiko.
Congratulations.
Yes, that is amazing. I think that he is so super dope. He's so sweet and kind of quiet, but you know, I really like Big Sean.
Yeah.
Simone Biles, while I'm looking at the stuff and reading the stuff, and it was making it seem like that she welcomed a baby. I was like, wait a minute, like she just got engaged. And you read on down, it's talking about she's an auntie.
But look, let me tell you how social media be doing some stuff that they ain't got no business doing. You sitting here reading stuff and you like, they be posting pictures of people. You think one guy, he posted his graduation invite on there. And I had a whole panic attack because I thought it was obituary, like he had died.
Aww.
And I was like, boy, I thought you was whole ass dead.
Dead.
He started laughing. He talking about some, I know, that's why I had to come back and show it again. This was, 10 years ago when he graduated from college. But yeah.
We want to give a congratulations to Dawn Stately, who became the highest paid Black women's college basketball coach at $22.4 million on a 7-year contract. Baby, let me tell you, when I tell you this melanin is out here popping.
What's popping?
Popping.
What's popping?
Popping.
What? What's popping?
Melanin.
Okay. I just wanted it to be clear.
Because I added something else in there, didn't
Yup. You put an extra T or
an
something.
extra syllable. Baby, this melanin is out here popping.
Period.
You know. So congratulations to her. All right. Now to what G was talking about.
Ooh.
Good Lord.
Well,
We're talking about the aura. The aura.
I'm sorry. Robert's out of jail.
Oh.
Kelly never went.
So R. Kelly never went to jail.
Robert's out of jail.
So Robert is the one who went to jail.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel different about that, because R. Kelly is the person that was, you know, don't care about your age and different stuff like that. I think if Robert was in his, you know, self, then he wouldn't have done that.
Robert was the one out there doing the dirt, because even when, you know, you talk to the women that dealt with this or whatever, they all call him Robert. None of them call him R. Kelly. You know, it's us, the fans, that call him R. Kelly, because we know him on the musical side. We know him as the star or whatever. We don't know him as Robert, because we don't have no personal dealings with that man. But yeah, Robert went to jail for the things he was doing to the people that know him as Robert. We don't know Robert. We know R. Kelly and the things that they tell us about Robert, and we just know that they're in the same body, but they're not the same person.
So let me ask you this. In this cancel culture, did you cancel R. Kelly when everything went like it went? Did you cancel him?
Well,
being that you have a daughter and all.
Right, but my daughter ain't gonna go for nobody like him, because I wouldn't go for nobody like R. Kelly, in my opinion. One, he's older. I'm only 32. That's not me. Okay. So I don't understand how these 20-something-year-old girls are I get it, money or whatever, but I'm not even attracted to someone that's that old, you know?
Well,
in my opinion.
G, tell me, well, go ahead, G.
let me tell you, it's two people that can influence women, and I was one of them, and that's a DJ. You can see some DJs, they not even the nicest looking guys, and they just seem to have women that's magnetic to them. You know, then you take someone like R. Kelly, who was a very powerful star. You talking about his music was all over the radios, everything. You know, a lot of these girls is groupies by heart. You know, so when they get caught up around someone like that, that's why a lot of these ministers and preachers, they have to be careful with their power, because you have a lot of power of just sitting in a pulpit speaking a positive word. Those women is taking that in, and they seeing you almost like a godlike figure after a while.
Right.
They not dealing with God as much as they dealing with that preacher. So when you have that type of influence, the easiest ones to get to is the younger ones.
And it gotta be, because ain't no way, like, I disconnect the craft from the person.
Correct.
Like, I could sit there and sing R. Kelly songs all day and will not picture his face in my mind at all when I'm thinking about it, because I'm not attracted to him like
But
that.
you also you have a mindset. How many mothers out here that's grown women in their 40s out there trying to get a drug dealer in the hood? Not many. But the young girls is all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's they preferredness. If they see a guy that's working a job at McDonald's or Walmart, they look at him like, yeah, he's a sucker. They want that guy with the money. So when you young, you can be influenced by the most terriblest things you could possibly think of, and that's just what it is.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's just young, because women, you know, we want the security and stuff like that, you know, and not just, you know, financial security, but emotional security. Like, we just want that security. And so for some women, they're not, you know, they don't have their fathers or whatever. And so they look at an older man as that protection and that covering. And so I think and older men kind of look at younger women like those are women that they can tell what to do. They can control them. They can manipulate them a little bit or whatever. And with us being in that same age bracket or whatever, they're like, you know, they already say that women are a little bit older than men anyway, mentally. And so if you get a 40-year-old and a 40-year-old female and a 40-year-old male, they may be thinking on two totally different wavelengths, you know?
Right. But
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, and it was two different situations that I came across just this week, where it was this one guy, he was on a podcast and he was talking about he loved young women between 22 and 25, and he's 34. And he said, because they have a little bit more grace, you know, you're messing up or whatever, and they're more easily to forgive you. And then also some other stuff. And I'm like, so basically you're saying that you're preying on these younger women because you still want to be out here not learning from your mistakes and doing whatever it is you want to do. And you know they're going to forgive you versus someone that's your age and it's going to make you stand on what you're doing.
And those younger girls, they can give you a little bit more grace because they haven't had those experiences.
Exactly.
If you
And that's what he
continue to
said.
give them those same experiences, because he's the male that's out here giving those women those experiences. So if you continue to give them those experiences, then they're going to be that 30-year-old girl that he's talking about he don't want to deal with.
Exactly. And so that was something they were talking about. But also when I was telling you about my coworker, she's an older woman, and she's married to a man that's 9 years younger than her. And so I was like, but do you see how the roles are reversed in that? And it works. She's not trying to manipulate him. She's trying to, you know, make him be better. And he wants to be better because he's like, oh, well, I have an older woman. I need to come up to her standard. Versus a man that's older dealing with a younger woman, and he's not saying, oh, I need to bring her up to where I am mentally. He's like, well, I'm going to use that to my advantage and take advantage of her. And I think that's, I don't like that. And so that's what I think about with R. Kelly. Like, why are you not dating a woman your age?
Because a woman his age is he probably can't deal with them. You know, I mean, when you get into a mature woman, there's a debate most of the time every day. If you basically are not living your life the right way, that woman is going to debate you down. It's just like if a man has a bad soul and he treats people the wrong way, if your woman is with you, she have to be messed up in order for her to deal with you, because she's going to bother you about, hey, why you treat people the way you do? She's not going to like that. So it's so many things. It's just like a real woman is not going to allow a man to be in her life, and he got children over here from a previous relationship and he's not dealing with him.
Right.
She's going to bother him about that.
Right.
So it's certain things that you go to the lesser because it's easier for you to do the things you want to do. If you putting a little money in their pocket and stuff like that, and they happy, they get their nails done, they get this done, they not going to sit there and argue with you because you're giving them something as far as they concerned of what they want. But a real woman wants more than her nails because she can do that herself.
Period.
Correct.
You know, but one more thing I was saying about the youngness. See, the difference with the youngness is you get to a certain point in your life, y'all find a big gap in your thought process now. You know, I was dealing with a girl several years back, and she was like 32, 33. I'm 56, 57.
Gee.
You know, I mean, hey, if you can get them, you get them. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I'm living a no pressure life. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm enjoying myself. I'm dating. I ain't got no woman. So if I got a little young piece on the side, hey, I'm gonna enjoy that, you know. But then one day she come to me with a straight face, and she said, "I want a baby." That was the end of that relationship. It ended. And I really liked her. She was cool and all that. But then I seen her thought process. At my age, my kid get 14 years old. Hell, I'm in my 70s. The hell I'm doing with you?
Exactly. Why
I
would
mean,
you
but
even ask?
men can have babies, for years and years and years. Women, we're the ones with the incubation system that can't have them or carry them after a certain time or certain age.
But,
We get sick, high blood pressure, whatever. So she was in her younger years, her
Right.
baby producing
and I'll be on
years.
child support in my older years because
See?
there's going to be a big
Not if you
difference.
guys have an understanding.
No. Listen, when you got 35, now you give her 20 years from now, she 50, 55 at the most. That's still a young woman. 20 years from now, I'm 78 going on 80. Our views have been changed. She want to do stuff, I don't want to do stuff. So it doesn't work like that when you get a certain age because certain things about you is going to slow down. Hell, if you get physically sick, is that woman at 50 that's still a young woman in her own right? Does she want to sit home and take care of a old man?
And seeing that's my issue, especially in the physical fitness realm. A lot of times they ask me, and I've thought about this. I've given a lot of thought. My sister is one, like, what type of guy are you interested in or whatever? And of course, as I get older, some things may change, but some things are just the same. And it has really, what were you about to say?
I wasn't about to say that.
Oh, you moved closer to the mic like you was getting ready to say something. But some
Yeah,
things
she got
have
an old
really
man on the side.
some things have really changed or whatever since I have gotten into physical fitness. I don't want a person now. I don't have to have somebody that works out every single day, right? I don't have to have that. I don't have to have somebody that's in fitness like me. That would be great, right? But I don't have to have that. However, I do want someone that shows that they've taken care of themselves. Okay, meaning you get up, you work out or something at least 2-3 times a week or whatever. Take a walk around the block at least. Don't let it look like you just sitting on the couch and you not doing nothing. You smoking cigarettes and smoking weed and you drinking all day. You got bags under your eyes. You look a mess. You ain't shaved. You know what I'm saying? But you want me to accept you the way that you are, and you want me to be a dime walking on your arm or whatever. Why would I switch out a dime for a penny?
Right.
Now, I'm just not going to be able to do it. You want me to be super fine. You want me to stay in the gym. You want me to be able to produce a baby at any time when you decide to. But that's our thing. You want to go and get the younger girls that's, still beautiful and fine and all of this or whatever. You got one foot in the grave and one foot on a banana peel, but you want the traditional relationship where
Right.
you want the woman to cook and clean and stuff. And they're telling you they don't cook and they don't clean, but they're going to show you how they got this ring. So you want somebody that can have fun with you and stuff in the bedroom, in which there are still women that are like us that can do that as well. But we also know how to take care of our men
What
and
you
stuff
talking about,
too.
Willis?
So it's stuff like that. It's really like off balance. And then you get the guys that are older or whatever that want to go and get these young girls or whatever, and they still don't have the resources in order to take care of the woman. And you get mad at her when she go out and she be with someone else, and then you want to drop back to the older woman. You see what I'm saying? And for me, it kind of bothers me and some of my friend group, because one thing you were saying just a minute ago, as far as a woman challenging the man to do better, me and my friend group, it upsets us because the first thing our men want to do is they want to stay with us and they want us to ride or die with them and they want us to grind with them or whatever. And as soon as they get some money or as soon as they've reached a peak or whatever, then they go and cross the tracks. What I mean by cross the tracks is go to the other, background of people.
Right.
And they go and they get with them. And then they say, well, why do you be with that type of woman or whatever? Well, she don't fuss at me. She don't yell at me. Because you've been lifted up now. You have that. You've been pushed. You've been encouraged. You've been motivated and all of that. And you go and you give all of the perks and everything to her.
You give all the peace to her.
Yeah, you give all the peace to her after you done gave us hell. Like, we are the ones that's encouraging because we understand where you came from. So we know how much push to give you. We know when to bag up and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women that are just negative and that just nags all the time and stuff like that. But what you would consider as nagging is us considering as pushing you in your vision, because that's what we're supposed to do as helpmates. If you give us your vision and we're talking about it, we're just keeping you on track with everything. That's it, and we are looking for stuff and researching stuff and trying to help you go through with your business. And no sooner than you reach that peak, you go to the other side. That's why some of us Black women, and I can speak from me, that's why some of us are upset, because that's what you do. For me personally, and that's why I said for me as a Black woman, I can speak from that perspective. For me personally, I haven't had that happen. Thank God.
Well,
but
Nori,
hell, I'm about to jump the tracks too, because our Black men don't want to do right.
Me speaking as a Black man, and I keep it 100% real.
Period.
Anyone that would choose someone that don't look like their mother have their own issues to start with.
Absolutely.
I came from a Black woman that pushed me, argued, fussed. I didn't know what a dumb motherfucker was until my mother called me one. Excuse
I know that's
me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know,
teaching.
all this weak man stuff that we going through, this trauma. Oh, he said this, and you so mentally destroyed. My mother prepared me for the world inside the house before I even got out to the world. The reality. We used to go to the store and they say, if you ask for anything, I'm gonna whoop your, these are the things that we went through. We went through a strong Black mother. It wasn't our fathers. Our fathers really had to go out and work.
They worked all the time.
Because most of the time, the mothers couldn't get a job, and the man with pride wasn't gonna have his wife cleaning the house for no white people.
Correct.
So he'll take 2 jobs before he would do that. So my main person that taught me everything I knew was that woman, was that mother. So when you've had that type of life, you grow up respecting that Black woman.
And
Now,
then for you, G, it was a little bit different too, because you lost your mother at what?
At 8 months.
8 months.
But my aunt raised me, and that was the mother that I knew, coming up as a kid.
Right.
Now, I've dealt with white women once in my life because I just want to see what it was like.
And you know what, which you saying that's what some of our Black men say, those women are easy, or, I want to see what it is why they were so restricted and they were so offhand.
It wasn't easy.
We couldn't touch them.
I just want to see, was there a difference? Did it feel different? Once I got that out, then I already knew there was nothing else we had in common but that booty call. Because at the end of the day, you talking about how can I be with someone that never shared the same struggles as me.
Correct.
Exactly.
So she wouldn't understand.
That don't understand that I could be racially profiled because she's and her family hasn't been that way. So far as she concerned, we just talking. Oh, it ain't that bad. It ain't that. Anybody would say that had it good. That is not that bad.
Right.
And then they have the kids with the Black men.
Yeah.
And they don't even know how to prepare them for the world they're about to be in, because they don't see them as half Black, half white, half Black, half Hispanic, half Black, half Chinese, or anything like that. They see them as Black.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
And they don't know how to prepare that child for the world they finna live in.
Because they'll say, well, I don't look at it like that, and I don't look at color. But the people that's looking at them look at them like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see color. Do you see this crayon box? Do you see these different colors?
It's a variety.
Okay, well, then you see the different colors in humans. And you see how people are treating different color people. Let's stop playing these games, stop lying, and be for real. Be fucking for real in real life.
Yeah, and then take it like, okay, if you want to mix your cultures, it seems like when our brothers do go that way, they go over to their culture. They don't introduce them into our culture.
Correct.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, again, I follow the one thing that Malcolm X said, that we have to build our own before we can collaborate with anybody else.
Right.
Every other race does that. The Mexicans, the Jews, the Africans, all them make sure their people are in the right place.
Right.
Before they even think about even dealing with you business-wise, any type of wise. So, I hope we don't get in trouble like Kanye. I just said Jews. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to get in trouble like Kanye. We're just talking about putting things in perspective.
Yeah.
But listen, I just think that, with the world that we're living in now, and they always go, like you said, they go to that side or whatever and don't introduce them into your family or whatever. It's almost like, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why, though.
Why?
They feel like they're escaping their blackness and the experience that they had as a black person. And if they feel like they had a bad experience, they're not going to bring someone to that experience and be like, oh, this is how we do it as black people. Because they like, I don't want to tell you because I don't even want to be over there. I want to go over here and act like I'm white.
Well, even if your experience was bad, you still have to be able to share that. We didn't want to, as young kids, grow up and see that there was slavery.
Right.
We didn't want to see that. We didn't want to see the roots and all that, but we had to accept that, to understand. That's the only way that you can go forward is understanding. I learned at 11 years old that wasn't my real mother. Because they never told me.
So that probably messed you up
It
at
messed
11.
me up. I heard
life.
it from the kids on the streets. I was fighting for years as a young kid because kids would say, Miss Betty ain't your real mother. Because they knew if they were older than me, if their parents talked like blah, 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 that, they hear. So, when you are not told the truth, it will hurt you later on in life.
Right, right.
Hurt me.
But another thing, do you think that it's, how did you find out? Like when you were 11, how did you find out? One of the kids told you and you just asked and she finally told you? Like, how did you find out?
The kids was always saying things, because when you young, kids are very mean. They'll say things and I punch them in their face.
That's right.
When I went to school,
Hillary.
my last name wasn't the same as my mother that had raised me. So the teacher would call my name on roll call. I would never answer. So they went and got an affidavit and changed my name. Because back in the 60s, you didn't have to go through no adoption.
Right.
Somebody died, just take the kids and move on. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that way. And then my older sister would tell me, that's not, because she would be mad at my mom, that's not our real mother. But as a young kid, you don't believe that.
Correct.
But eventually it got to it. And then I came to her and I asked her, and she eventually told me,
So when you asked her, she told you the truth.
She told me.
Yeah, so I believe that she was, in her particular case, she was waiting until you were ready, until she felt like you were ready. And being that you asked, then she felt like you were ready. But like in some situations, some parents or whatever, they get upset or whatever for whatever reason. And then they unload and tell this kid all this information and not understanding how it's going to affect that child.
Yeah.
So I think that brings us to a good point in the let go, let God. I think that brings us to a good point for a break. What you think?
Oh yeah, we're gonna give them a little taste of your video, for them to go. Let them know where they can go and check you out and stuff. And
all right, yeah, you can follow me, Fitness by Nori, on all social platforms. Fitness by Nori on all social platforms. But this particular video that G is about to show you now is on YouTube. Okay, Fitness by Nori on YouTube, and we will be right back.
Yo, just a leg workout. If you ladies want them thunder thighs and all that, looking real sharp, summertime's coming back. Yo, check this out.
Hi guys, I'm your girl, Miss Butterfly Beast, and I am back at you once again with another leg exercise. Another leg workout is 6 minutes, okay? Got some crazy stuff going on here today, though. We have goblet squats. That's why I have this 20-pound weight right here. Goblet squats. We're also going to use this 20-pound weight for stiff leg deadlifts. We have post squats. Then we have isolated leg lunges on each side. Yep. And then we have a static squat hold. A squat hold. We're just going to hold it right there. I have a timer on my phone. 20 seconds work, 10-second transition to the next exercise, okay? We're gonna run this back twice, and that would be your 6-minute leg workout.
You didn't got a little taste of it. So if you want them thunder thighs right, for summer, check out Fitness by Nori. And Fitness by Nori TV is coming very shortly.
Already.
24/7.
Even though G done
workout.
just burst out the little old, but
yeah,
hey.
I'm gonna let them know you coming with it now. Ain't nobody can stop anything. God isn't ordained this. So
Already.
no
That's
man can
because
get
she
in
let
front of
go.
this. Yeah,
That's because we let go and let God, right?
Exactly.
So let's talk about that. Like a lot of times, guys, again, the video, we only gave you a little short snippet, and in that video, it explains what we're using, the equipment I'm using, what we're doing, what we're getting ready to do, and then we go into the workout, okay? So if you want to see that, again, go to YouTube, Fitness by Nori on YouTube, all right? So let go and let God. The way that we came up with this topic is because, of course, me and Bree, we were at breakfast at this nice, dope little old coffee shop. We ain't gonna shoot no shots out or whatever. It ain't like they paying us or nothing. But you can tell them the name.
It's Ascension Coffee.
Ascension Coffee. It's in the Design District, right there off of Oakland. And it was really nice and really, what's the word I'm looking for? It was really cute. Anyway, so we
Y'all
went
had a
there.
double date.
We was on a double date.
It wasn't a double. It was just
We was just dating each other. How about that?
Okay, I thought y'all had some.
So we were there and we were talking, and we was talking about how a lot of times people go through a lot of stuff and a lot of issues. And then she and I, of course, this is my sister, my blood sister. So she knows the things that I went through as I went through the divorce and stuff, and how I transitioned. Like, it seemed like I was bleeding on everybody because I was hurting. And even them, when I say them, I'm talking about her. We have another sister, Trey, that's in Colleen, and we have another sister that's actually our cousin, but she's our sister, which is Jessica. And how they even kind of pushed back from me because I was just so broken. Of course, I don't wish a divorce on anybody, okay? On nobody. I believe that that's something, if you decide to be with this person and you went into covenant under God, then you sit there and make that agreement under God. And at the time, we had witnesses because I had a huge wedding. And I just think that a lot of times, me personally, people don't know their roles in a wedding, okay? So you're not just there, you have people in the seats that are witnesses, but people that are on the front line, they are there for a reason. You have maid and matrons of honor and all of that. These people are there for a reason. Your mothers, your grandmothers, and all that. It's not just we're just sitting here being cute and we all got on the same colors. You actually have a job once the wedding is over and the marriage is transforming. You actually have a job, you have a role. And so we were talking about that, and then the pain and everything that came through the divorce and stuff. And so we started talking about it, and she was like, well, I'm really kind of proud of you on how you just let go of it and you just started to transition. But it wasn't that I just let go. It wasn't that easy. It was hard. You want to talk about how it came through?
So it's not so much of today I decided to let go. You chose in your mind that I want to heal, that I want to move forward past this, that I want to have a different outcome in life. And so at that time, you started letting go, and things started, God started making things happen for you. And so that's what we mean by let go and let God. It doesn't mean, I'm finna just drop everything today and then we'll just figure it out as time. It's literally you letting go over time, and God is basically rewarding you for letting go and allowing him to do the things that he needs to do in your life so you can be where you need to be.
Because those things are already there. They're already lined up for you.
Yeah.
The word tells you that he knows the plans that he have for your life, plans to prosper you and give you an expected end. So he already know the things that he have for you, and they're already in the making. But every time you do something, or you doubt that, or you avoid those blessings when you're being negative, or you're saying, I don't want this, or I hate to do this, or I don't like her and I don't like him. Like you're avoiding those blessings, or you're rerouting them, because what's for you is for you. So it's gonna get to you when and it's time. But God is not going to overflow all of this stuff if you're not ready. He's a wise God.
Right.
You know? And so for me, I wasn't ready for that. Like my heart was broken. Even in business, when we created Fitness by Nori, and I say we because Bree at the time was my assistant. And as time went on, Bree told me, she was just like, I can't work for you. I can't be your assistant. Like, it's almost like you're because I was going through the pain and all of that and I was hurting, it's almost like you are this slave driver and you're just beating me all the time. Even when I come to you with decisions or thoughts or whatever, it's like you would beat me up, or you'll be like, just take it and do it, and you go get into bed. And so it would be times where she would come in there and she would like snatch the cover, because at the time she was living with me. She had moved up from Colleen, and she would snatch the cover and be like, you getting out this bed today. We're not going to do this.
We're not.
You know, so you just need those people that are around you that will cover you, and you have to be mindful, because when you're in a vulnerable state, you do have those vultures that, look for that low-hanging fruit so they can continue to destroy you. But you do need to be mindful of the people that you put around you that can encourage you, that motivate you. Any other person would have came in there like, you getting out this bed today. You could have been like, man, they tripping. I knew this was my sister. I knew she loved me. And it was like, and she know I'm full of life, full of vigor. I love outside. I love the sunshine. No, we getting out this bed. You gonna open up these blinds. We about to go do something.
You gonna go put your feet in this grass in this backyard and you gonna get it together today.
And even though I was beating up on her, she could see past that because she knows me. She could see past that hurt, and like, she's not trying to hurt me, because hurt people, right? She's not trying to hurt me, but I can get her from hurting me if I get her back to this, this happy state. So being mindful of the people that are around you and having somebody that can cover you during your vulnerability is very, very important. And so just to, double back, talking about the bleeding on you, even though you're not the person that cut me.
Right. And most people do that. Like, they take their anger or their frustrations or their hurt out on the people that's around them to help them, because they can't make the person or the thing that hurt them feel what they want them to feel. Like, most of us will get mad at somebody and we'll try to do everything to make them feel what we feel. Just like SZA said in her song, shitty of you to make me feel like this. I wish I could make you feel like this.
Make you feel like
And
this.
that person is never going to feel like that because you want them to feel that pain.
And forgiveness
But everybody
is for
around you, they gonna feel it.
They gonna feel it.
Because they care about you. They love you and they want you to be better. But you're spewing it out so much that it's never gonna get to that person. It's gonna hit the people that's closest to you first.
No doubt.
Right.
And obedience. That's your number one thing when you're dealing with God, is obedience. Because a lot of times the scripture is written for you from your birthday. So a lot of things that you're doing, you're aligning yourself with your destiny or where you're supposed to go. Sometimes you get people that'll drag you off that destiny that you were walking and have you going down another path. And then that's when God will shake you tremendously. I've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I came here, I knew what my destiny was, but I got off into opening up stores. I got 2 stores in 2 different malls, and I'm making money on a daily basis, but God wasn't comfortable with that for
That's
me.
because that's not what he was telling
Because
you to do.
I needed to get the word out. Like right now, what you're doing is what I supposed to have been doing, making sure I open that door for people to get those positive words out
Right.
to people that's right now that's sitting in their house affected and needed to hear this.
Right.
We may don't understand, but one day I had a show and I looked at my email. Someone from England had hit me up and said, man, they talking about exactly what I went through just recently. Now, here's a person across the water in England that's sitting there watching us, and this was some years back.
Right.
And it really shook my core, like, damn, are we reaching people like
Everywhere?
that? You never know who's watching. And that's why you have to set your insights on, just like Jesus did. Jesus
Right.
did not stay in one place talking to the same group of people. Right. He let you know, my Father, blah, 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 and he moved on.
Right.
We don't have the time right now left in this world to be sitting around with one group of people trying to convince them about what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
Most people should know that at this point in their life. If you 40, 50, 60, and you don't have a good understanding about what's wrong or right, God has to be your teacher, not me.
Right. And I mean, and some stuff you have to experience some things in order to change your mind too. Because a lot of times our character is built off of our experiences.
Right.
And so your right or wrong compass is off of the experiences that you've gone through. And so sometimes your mindset needs to be changed. You need to be given a reset, and sometimes that's just being around different people.
And we talked about that earlier, dealing with our childhood traumas and things like that. I know that you and Trey were kind of raised a little different than I was. And so y'all took those experiences that y'all had and turned them around and made them positive and learned from them so that you can have a better life as an adult, and that your kids, going forward could have a better life. And, you learn from those situations, whereas other people have childhood traumas and they never let it go. They never learn from it, and they keep spewing that hate, and and things just start happening in their life that's bad because they don't want to get therapy for it.
Yeah,
they don't want to move forward from it, and they want everybody to feel that pain that they felt when they need to just go and deal with it.
I could have hated
let
God.
go.
Yeah,
let God.
I could have hated God. You took 2 mothers away from me before I was a grown man.
See,
You know what I mean? That's trauma. To think about, you never remembered your mother holding you or saying, I love you. None of that. And my aunt that raised me, it was like a tough love that I went through with her. And on everything, the first time I heard her tell me she loved me was on her dying bed.
Wow.
When I was standing over her bed. And I was like 18. And she said, I love you, take care of your daughter.
Right.
That's the first time she really ever. Now, she showed me in a lot of ways the things that she did for me, that she did love me. But to just hear that, kids need that. And that's what we're missing in, children's lives today, because they not getting that, I love you, and just hold your kid and make them feel wanted.
Right. And nowadays that you feel like the kid loves you, or you feel like the kid know that you love them or whatever, because you buy them everything or give them everything. And don't get me wrong, we work the way that we work because of our past and stuff, and how we came up through slavery and and how we had things taken from us, and we don't want our kids to experience that. So I get it. However, we're not teaching them the basic things in the process, and a lot of times you can't teach them that thing if you're still if you're still holding on to the traumas and stuff of your past.
Right.
That's why we titled this Let Go and Let God. Sometimes you have to release things. If you think about me holding on to everything that I was holding on to, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the business and how this is going to go or whatever. And last week when I was sitting there crying, go ahead.
I was about to say, if you was holding on to everything you went through in your life, you would be sick as hell.
I'll be sick. And that's the reason why, that's what we were talking about, how when you hold on to those childhood traumas, that's where you start to form dis-ease of the body. When you start having those diseases, cancer. Now doctors have researched and found that there's an emotional element to each sickness. You are frustrated, upset, depressed, and sad, mad, angry, all of these negative emotions, and you keep adding that negativity into your body time and time again, your body is going to produce it. It starts in the mind. Then what happens? It starts to come out of the mouth. The word says that what is in your heart will come out of your mouth.
Right.
So you start to produce that out of your mouth. What does the word say about the words come out of your mouth? Power of life and death is in the tongue. So you're going to speak life to that situation, or you're going to speak death to it. And normally when you're speaking death to the situation as it relates to you and your trauma and your childhood, you're speaking death to yourself. You have to be able to let some stuff go. If you hold on to every single thing that you've gone through, like Bree just said, I would just die. I would just die. When I remember telling you guys when I went through the divorce and stuff, and how I was so angry, not necessarily angry with him, but I was angry with him. I was angry with God. I didn't know what I had done wrong, everything. And I was so angry about it. And I started to grow this knot in my neck. And they were talking about having surgery to remove this knot out of my neck to see if it was cancerous and all of that. And I went to see the person that I was talking to as far as a counselor and stuff. I was talking to her, and she was like, it doesn't surprise me that you got a knot in your neck. I'm surprised I ain't seen some somewhere else. Because the disease will form in the body because it starts in your mind. It's there. We all have properties of cancer in our body. You know, what is it? Herpes and AIDS. If you've ever had any of the chicken pox and this and that, it's all of that there, but it's the stuff that you feed it to make it grow. Negative emotions, nasty food, unhealthy foods and stuff, all of that, sugars, all of that makes these things grow. So you're gonna have to release something, and you got to find ways to release.
Yep.
So those ways is fitness,
working out, laughing. Okay. I don't work out as much as I used to or as much as I should, but I laugh on
We're gonna get you on that.
all the time.
Nori, you gonna get her on that. She got to get back.
We talked about that today too, because she say I'm a little rough on her because she's my sister.
Yeah.
And I know how she used to look.
She know how I used to look, and she knows my resilience, but I need her to be a little bit gentle with me because seriously, because after having that kid or whatever, that kid, like she ain't my baby. After I had my baby, my awesome, amazing, lovely baby, I still went through something. I still went through that postpartum depression. Like, I was crying every single day for 2 years. I shouldn't even had any liquids left in my body. I was crying so much. But I still kind of have some of that, even though I'm the most letting this go person in the world. I'm not gonna hold on to it because I would rather hold on to good things, happy things, positive things. I do not care about nothing. Okay, letting it go because I want to be happy and I want to be sick. Yeah, I'm a little fat, but I ain't sick at all. I ain't got no cholesterol issues. I ain't got no high blood pressure. I ain't got no diabetes. I don't have anything but some extra weight. Okay, and that could be gone if I just eat right. But you know, all the bad food make me feel better.
Call me, Bree, if you need someone to talk nice to you, because I know Nori can be rough.
You know what? I'm not gonna sit here.
You sound like you would give me a real good made up cuss word.
That's my baby.
Exactly.
That's my baby, Bree. Oh, God,
if you don't stop, you from New York.
Look, you ain't even gotta be.
I'm gonna be real nice to you because I know Nori can be rough at times.
Yeah, like she be right here in my face yelling at me like I can feel the heat from her breath.
Both of y'all ain't gonna get on me. I feel
she's
attacked
really nice.
Well, that's the mother of my baby there.
Look,
my little girl is, so I gotta be nice
that's
to
my
her.
baby, y'all be seeing.
Yeah, yes.
But she's really nice to her clients, and she's really good at pushing them and being stern but not mean. But to me, because I'm her baby sister and she knows me,
put the pork chop down.
Yeah, she
now.
Like, oh, you don't want to pick your legs all the way up? Starting it over. We're already doing 100, and I'm at 99. You can kiss my whole ass if you think I'm finna start over. I will get up and grab my things and go home.
Yeah, she just want the best for you. You know, I used to do that to my brother. I used to do that to my brother. I used to push him, you know, because you want to know that your family members is prepared, you know, for anything. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then I have to be careful too, because I look at, you know, how others are viewing the business, right? And so if you don't have your own family together, right, then how can you? But that's not necessarily true, because we do know that family is the last one to jump on board sometimes, you know. So we got to be mindful. You know, the Bible tells us that the king gets no honor in his own town, right? So we just got to be mindful of that. And just really, I'm just getting to the point to where I'm letting go and letting God in the business sector of things, because I know that God put me in this business and I want it to go a certain way. And God is like, I got you. Just chill out. Right. Like, it's going to be
end up in the same spot. You might not go straight up 75. You might have to go through loop 12 a little bit, but you're going to get there. You're going to get there. You might hit a little traffic, but you're going to get there.
Okay, you got 7 minutes, and before we do anything, I want to say a shout out to Jeff Howard. It's, you know,
hey,
love
Jeff.
your show. Sugar Ray up in New York City.
Sugar Ray in New York. Is that the one you sent my picture to?
Yes, my man Steve. Yeah.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Quentin.
Yeah,
Quentin
Steve's.
is online checking us out. What's up, Quentin? So yes, a shout out to all of the supporters. We appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for receiving Bree today.
Thanks, guys.
But I just really want to bring her on because we don't just have these conversations when we come on live with me and G or whatever. I wanted to bring her on. Like, we really get into some in-depth conversations to where we're crying. You can go ahead.
Look, we be in them conversations, okay? And sometimes I just wish it was a camera on the wall somewhere that could hear these. Baby, when I tell you I was at that coffee shop today laughing so hard, she's laughing at me because I'm going off on somebody. And I'm just like, this and this and this. And she over there crying, laughing, okay? Trying not to fall out of seat. And I was so for real, but the conversations that we have, they're so deep, they're great, they keep you laughing, they keep you informed, and it's just a beautiful thing to have somebody that you can just talk to, you know what I'm saying,
and not be judged or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when you hang with your friend groups and stuff like that, you judge. When you hang with your friend groups and stuff like that, that is a group of people, like for us women, right? That's a group of women that want to have fun, hang out, you know, talk to guys and be cute and be in your feminine, right? Everybody in the group is not there to take on your issues, your problems. And, you know, like Bree said just a minute ago, get some help, get some counseling. You know, a lot of us, especially in our 30s, 40s, 50s, we're dealing with past traumas and stuff too. Nobody has the grace to take on your mess all day, every day, you know? So be mindful of that. You got to release some stuff, let some stuff go so that you can live an amazing life that God has given us to live. God has given us the time to live an amazing life. And that was another reason why I wanted Bree to come on today. Because, man, when I tell you, we were laughing. I was like, I want you to take this same energy to the show, in which we got cut with our time because we was talking about everything else. And we wanted to give you guys some clear suggestions or resolutions in order to get some help as far as counseling. Some licensed therapists is good to help you. Working out, exercise, fasting, meditating, okay? Going to put your feet in the grass like she's talking about.
Bare feet. Don't put no socks and shoes on. Put your bare feet in that grass. I mean, stick them toes down in the dirt. Feel it.
And then just sit there and kind of like be quiet a little bit. Stand in the sun rays. If you guys have ever done that, it's a beautiful thing. You better not see it. Look, I thought you didn't say sunshine in your booty.
Whoa.
No,
okay, so boom.
You better not.
So I was watching TikTok one time, and this girl was like, "I gotta go outside and get some sunshine in her booty hole." And so from then on, I was like, "Oh, I want some sunshine in my booty hole." And so I'm just like, I'm sure that can make me feel great because when I go out into the sun, if I see the sun, my spirit just lights up. Ain't nothing ruin my day. I don't care what it is. I could get hit by a whole bus, and my day would not be ruined because it's sunshine, and it makes me feel great. So I said that my baby was about 2 at this time. To this day, she'll be 5 in April. She just be like, "Ooh, we finna go outside and get some sunshine in our booty holes." Oh my God. Mind you, still haven't went outside and put no sunshine in nobody's booty hole, including mine. And she just says that because she's thinking that means we're finna go outside and have fun. And I'm like, I mean, it could mean we're finna go outside and have fun, but just don't yell that out in front of people. Because they gonna be looking at me like, what y'all got going? We're just happy, loving people that get sunshine in our booty holes, and that's what we do.
Oh my God, guys, this is crazy. This is the mess that I have to deal with. But you know that these computers and stuff be listening to us because no sooner we were on the phone when we was talking about it, and no sooner then it's all kind of stuff started coming up on our phones, and the women were bent all over, and the sun was. I mean, it was crazy. That man that had his feet up, and he had his. I mean, the sun was shining like come on, dog, like for real.
But all I'm saying is be at peace in your soul, let go and let God and get that sunshine in your booty hole and be happy. Just live this one life that you have and just
live it to the fullest. Max it out. Laugh. My grandmother used to say, I used to have these gut-wrenching laughs or whatever.
Knee slappers.
My grandmother. These gut-wrenching laughs where she would be acting crazy or whatever, and I would always like pass by her, right? And she sat at the corner in the door, like right before you walk through the kitchen, and I would thump her glasses. And one time she just clicked off. Normally I would pass by and I would just tink like that. Tink, and she wouldn't say nothing. But one time I hit him right in the middle and it made this loud noise, and she was like, "You gonna break my glasses in my eye and I'm gonna kick your ass." And she went, and I laid on the floor And I was crying. I was laughing so hard that she started laughing. And she was like, get off that floor, fool. And when I raised up, I had tears just flowing down my face. And she just bust out laughing. But you are crazy. So those are the type of laughs that heal the body. They just heal the soul. And we need to get around people that make us laugh like that. If you get around people that's got you upset, angry, frustrated all the time, you need to take off running.
I'm her person.
And you my person, girl.
I make her laugh all the time. I make everybody laugh. Now my baby, she my person.
Baby.
Cause she
is
she
something
funny.
else. Y'all know about Ellery?
I'm glad I ain't got no boring kid. I'm glad I have a funny kid. Cause if not, I was gonna take her back to the baby store.
The baby
Get a
store?
full refund. Because no, we're not gonna be bored and be single parents. We ain't gonna be that. I don't like it.
Bored and single parent.
No, that's ghetto.
Well, guys, hopefully this episode, even though we were humorous and all of that, hopefully this episode gave you a little bit more lightheartedness, especially going into the holidays. You know, we done just left out of Thanksgiving, going into Christmas. You know, just be a little lighthearted in New Year's. Be a little lighthearted. Have fun. Hang out. Go out. Don't get mad at the family from past things that you went through. Don't go to the dinners and stuff being frustrated, remembering all the mess. If you go through, they say have a holly jolly Christmas. If you go to the dinners and stuff and you laughing and smiling, the first thing they're going to be like is, what happened to her? What's going on with her? And they won't want to know. And it might help change their lives too.
You can just let them know you got a little sunshine in your booty hole.
And on that note, we're going to let y'all go with that sunshine in your booty hole. This is your girl, Miss Butterfly Beast of Fitness by Nori. And
I'm Bree. Her sister.
all right, y'all. We're out.
Catch you on the next one.